As Fortuna looked on, United closed out the contest in dramatic fashion. They were now one victory away from winning a third championship in 4 years. The stage had been set for the long-awaited grand final replay of a year ago, and for United, a chance to depart the Gippsland Soccer League as champions. As they left the playing field, the United players were overwhelmed with a sense of relief. The fear of not returning to the grand final was replaced by the hunger of winning it. United had Fortuna in their sights, but for the moment, a chance to celebrate a dominating act of defiance. While the success of the senior team made the headlines, the United Reserves team were making good progress of their own. A newfound depth and talent at Warragul allowed United to field one of its strongest reserve teams since the championship era of 1990. Going into a finals match of their own against a Tyres side considerably improved by a large influx of senior players, United arrived at Warragul with a team more than capable of advancing to the next round, with names such as Steve Byers, Eric Sostak, Joe Carrick, Ben Taylor, Stuart Davis, Joe Gorsey and David O'Day. A 2-goal victory saw the reserves advance to the second elimination final, only to fall short of joining their senior counterparts at Newborough the following week. All eyes again shifted to the senior team and their date with destiny. Burridge Reserve Newborough, a venue somewhat unkind to Warragul United, denying them a third consecutive league championship. After finding a home away from home at Falcons Park, whilst winning grand finals in 1998 and 1999, United's bid for a three-peat ended with the change of venues in the year 2000. It would be the third year running that these two teams would meet in the final game of the season, but this year would be the last time. Led by their fearless captain-coach, United remained focused and poised to make history as they stepped out onto the park in front of a record crowd.
If things aren't working, we stick together. Never part, never set 1 minute to play. Hey, there's 11 of us out there, we'll all do it together, stay together.
This would be the final battle, the end to a legendary duel spanning more than half a decade, a rivalry that had provided some memorable moments over recent years, a battle for the ages. The 2001 Grand Final began the same way the qualifying final of a fortnight ago had ended. Despite all their Grand Final experience, United got off to a shaky start. Riding on the confidence of their recent win, Fortuna surged forward in the opening minutes, setting a high tempo that had Warragul gasping for breath. Two consecutive attempts on goal allowed Fortuna to take control of the game early, but the momentum turned. In only their first attacking sequence, United forced the champions into a state of panic, and as Eric Sostak chased after a loose ball, he was dragged down by a trailing opponent. A penalty kick provided United with a golden opportunity to take a stranglehold of the contest. United's fate lay in the hands of its deadliest offensive weapon. An early lead blew the game wide open as the battle intensified. Fortuna, fueled by the deficit, mounted another assault at the United defence with continuous attacking movements. But Warragul's determination and resolve denied any hopes of an equaliser. United's backline held strong and quickly began to outwit their opponents, forcing errors and turning defence into attack. As Graham Webster set the tone in defence, his teammates began to follow, matching Fortuna's physical approach with rock-solid defiance. struggling for answers, Fortuna looked to Mara De Luca, a highly skilled and quick-footed striker who posed the largest individual threat to United. The task of containing De Luca fell in the hands of Daniel Sheehan, and he would rise to the occasion and single-handedly protect United's lead. After making adjustments to the wet and slippery conditions, a more familiar player was about to take the limelight. Just as he had done against Olympians a week ago, Eric Sostak began to inflict a one-man wrecking crew on the champions. Fortuna attempted to stop him the only way they knew how. Fortuna's physical approach played into the hands of United, who edged closer to goal amidst a flurry of yellow cards. Following his lead, Sostak's teammates rallied together in a dominating first-half performance, putting on a classic offensive display as they looked to put the contest out of reach before half-time. A second goal was almost inevitable. It marked the first occasion United had entered the half-time break in a grand final with a 2-goal lead. Having outplayed their opponents in the opening half for the first time all season, United knew the second term was not going to be as easy. As the players tried to maintain their focus, their coaches echoed the importance of the task ahead of them.
Every single one of us gave 100%. They are shattered. But I'll tell you what, men will chew them up by the half-time, alright? We have to get there now and come out. They'll probably go at us for the first 10 minutes. Let's not sit back and take it up front there, alright? If they're going to go at us, it means they're exposing their back line. So that just means that the Jacko, the Eric, the Stevie and the Shees, we've got to find their feet. Alright, and that comes from, even if it's a long ball, boys. Fighting their feet, give them a chance at their back line. The only time we look like we're in a little bit of trouble, boys, when they're coming forward, we're outside the 18-yard box and we do a silly free kick. There's no need to, especially when they're out in the flank.
We need one more to finish this game off. Come on, don't let them even in with a stick.
Come on, fellas, look for the hard. Look for the quick counter attacks. They're going to push everyone up. That means Stevie and I are going to have a bit of a paddock up there. So just roost.
Remember what we said at the start of the game, boys. We all stick together.
The Fortuna storm was quick in coming. Once again weathering the Fortuna pressure, United showed no sign of panic as they looked to hold possession of the ball and reclaim control of the game. Awarded a second penalty kick, again due to the offensive exploits of Eric Sostak, United should have put the game out of reach, barring an unforeseen error. But United's intentions were apparent. The best form of defence was to attack. Simon Nardone's close-range effort put one hand on the trophy. A 3-goal lead seemed all but insurmountable. But the complexity of the game was about to change. A game-ending injury to Paul Sheehan was quickly followed by a penalty kick at the opposite end of the ground. Chris Olympic's sliding attempt to win the ball earned him a yellow card, and very quickly United's lead was reduced to 2. Still in a commanding position, a confident United retained their swagger. Despite all of Fortuna's efforts, it was United's turn to bask in grand final glory as they closed out the contest and put an end to a short reign of a bitter enemy.
This is our last goodbye.
In the dying moments of their dominance in Gippsland, United cleared the substitutes bench as players bid the competition a last goodbye.
Just hear this and then I'll go.